Hey, what's up, and welcome back to another build tutorial, where today I'm going to show you how to build your own post office in Minecraft. Inside features the main kiosk where you get to send all of your posts and stuff, and there's also a stationery shop and a little ATM there. This build also comes with a post van. And before I start the tutorial, I'd really appreciate it if you consider giving that like button a little smash, and it does help me out, and I'd highly appreciate that. With all that said, let's start building. Here are all the materials that you will need for this build. And the plot of land you will need is 20 by 16 blocks. So first up, I'm going to grab myself some white concrete to begin with, and it's coming to the bottom left hand corner here. Just from this point just there, I'm going to go across 2 blocks, and then on that block placing one bit of white concrete there, and I'm just going to build that up so it's 5 blocks high in total. And then I'm just going to double that up from behind. Next up, I'm then going to grab myself some grey concrete, and then I'm going to leave a gap of 2, place 1, leave another gap of 2, place 1, final gap of 2, and then place another one just on the end there. And I'm just going to extend each of these points up so they're 4 blocks high in total. And then going around, I'm going to leave a gap of 2, and then place another 4 concrete there. Another gap of 2, and then placing another 4 concrete, like that. And then this time, I'm going to leave a gap of 4, and then placing another pillar just on the end there. And I'm just going around again. I'm just going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 blocks just going along there. And then I'm just going to extend that up so it's the same level as everything else. Just like that. And then moving back to the white concrete, I'm going to place just 2 on the end there. And then placing another 4 rows on top of that. And then moving back to the front, just from this point here, I'm just going to place a row of white concrete going along until I meet with this grey pillar there. And going around, placing some more until I meet with the wall. And then placing some more in the other direction just until I reach the end over here. And then I'm just going to thicken that by 1 more around the outside. And if I am going a bit too fast in any part of my tutorial, feel free to pause the video to catch up. So you should end up with something that looks like this. And the next, just moving to the bottom left hand corner on the roof here, I'm just going to go up by 1 and then across by 3, so 1, 2, 3. And then from that point there, I'm just going to place 1 bit of white concrete just going up. And then I'm also going to grab myself some white stained glass. And I'm just going to place 2 just after that point. And then I'm just going to place 4 extending across from that. I'm going to add another 2 white glass and then some white concrete just at the back there. And just by doing it in rows there, that's an easy way to mark out where all of the lights and stuff is going to go. And I'm moving back to the front from this front right hand corner here. Going up by 1. And this time across by 2, and then adding some white concrete there, and then 2 white stained glass, 4 white concrete in the middle, 2 white stained glass, and then 1 bit of white concrete on the end there. So that's going to mark out where all of our lights are going to go. And the next, moving back to the white concrete, just on this point here, I'm just going to extend this across so I reach the other end of the wall there, and I'm going to fill this section in. Fill the other end in, and then I'm just going to fill this middle section in to complete our roof. So that leaves you something that looks like this. Next up, I'm now going to grab myself some red concrete, and then just coming over to the right hand side here, just from this point, I'm going to place 9 red concrete going up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just like that. And then just on this point, I'm going to place 6 going across in the left hand direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm just going to extend that up by another 3 rows. You should end up with something like this, because that's going to be where our main sign is going to go. I'm just going to mirror this exact same design on the other side. So from this point, placing another 9 red concrete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then from that point, placing another 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then extend that up by another 3 rows. Just to there. And then moving to the bottom right hand section. Just there, I'm just going to place another row going up. And then I'm going to place 1 just at the bottom there. But then this time I'm going to fill that with some white stained glass panes. Place 2 there. And then more red concrete on top. Followed by another row, another pillar going up next to that. And then I'm just going to connect these 2 parts of the wall together to form one solid red wall. And that'll leave you something that looks like that. And coming around to the other side, from this point, I'm just going to build a row of red concrete just there. And I'm just going to extend this up so it's level with everything else. So that'll leave you with something that looks like this. And then to complete the roof, I'm going to get some glowstone. I'm just going to add 2 glowstone on top of each bit of glass here for some indoor lighting there. And then I'm going to grab myself some grey concrete. So from that point, just 1 block up, I'm just going to place the whole level of grey concrete just to cover all of this glowstone. So it should end up something like that. And then for some extra detail on the roof, I'm going to add some plants and stuff on top. So I've got some spruce leaves here, and you should have 40 in total. I'm just going to place 40 randomly just in this top section here. So there's no specific way of doing this. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. And as you see, that creates a nice kind of bit of, that adds like a nice bit of greenery for the roof there. But yeah, like I said, no specific way of doing this. Just place it randomly as you feel. Unless you do want to copy me, but that would be quite a painful process, so I wouldn't recommend it. So next up for the post office sign. So I'm going to do a little letter for this. So for this, you're going to need some smooth quartz stairs and a smooth quartz block. So just starting on this block here. So from that point, 2 blocks across and 2 blocks up. Firstly, I'm just going to place 1 upside down quartz stair there to begin with. Followed by a smooth quartz block, another upside down quartz stair. And then just under that whole quartz block there, I'm going to place a normal stair. And then on each side, just 1 smooth quartz block. And as you see, by doing that, that creates our little letter sign. So with the sign done, it's now time to get all the floor done. So for that, I'm firstly going to have myself some smooth stone. And just coming to the bottom left hand corner just here, I'm just going to place a whole row of smooth stone going up. Just replacing the left side of this border that I created. So you should have something that looks like that. And the next, I'm going to grab myself some more grey concrete. And then just on this point here, I'm just going to place 5 just going along there. And then I'm just going to extend this whole strip going all the way up. Just until I align with the top part of all that smooth stone. So just like that. And then moving back to the smooth stone, from this point on the right hand side, I'm just going to place another strip going all the way up. Just to encase this bit of road just there. And then moving back to the front, just from this point, I'm just going to replace the rest of the grey border that I created at the start with all of this smooth stone. So just going all the way around, placing all of that. And that'll give you something that looks like this. And then I'm just going to replace that little bit of grass in these corners here, just to neaten that off a bit. And then from that point, placing some more smooth stone just there, going around, another strip of smooth stone on the side there. And then finally some more on the back. And for some extra detail, I'm going to grab myself some more spruce leaves. And from that point, I'm just going to place a row of 7 there, with 2 just there, just on a nice little bush. And the next is now time to add the floor for the interior here. Oh, and if you see this white strip, let's just replace that with some grey concrete. Make that look a little bit neater there. So for the floor, I'm going to be using some birch planks. Firstly, I'm just going to fill in sections in between each of the windows. So in between each of those gaps there. And then I'm just going to fill in the rest of this area with all of these planks. And that will complete the floor there. And the next to fill in most of the windows. So for that, I'm going to grab myself some white stained glass panes. And also a deep slate tile wall there. So first, starting on the right hand side, I'm just going to fill in this window with some white stained glass there. And then for the main entrance, I'm going to place 1 pane on the left hand side, deep slate tile wall on top, and then 2 more panes on top of that. And then for the next 3 windows, I'm just going to place some more white glass in these sections. And then just in this larger section that I left on the end here, this is going to be where all of the parcels and stuff is going to be loaded onto the post van. So for some sort of shutter design, I'm just going to grab myself some stone stairs, smooth ones, and then I'm just going to place 4 rows of 4 just on top of each other like that. And that'll give us a nice simple shutter design. And for some extra decoration, let's just add another 3 spruce leaves just in the corner there. So before I start the interior, I'm going to show you how to create the actual post van itself. So for the van, first up, I'm going to grab myself some black wool. And then just starting from this point here, I'm just going to go across 3 blocks, so 1, 2, 3. On that point, I'm just going to place 1 bit of black wool there. And then I'm going to leave a gap of 1, and then place another bit of black wool. And then I'm going to leave a gap of 4, and then place another 2 black wool on the other side there. And then to complete those wheels, I'm going to grab myself some stone buttons. I'm just going to place 1 on each outer side of the black wool. Just there. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself a deep slate tile slab there. And then firstly, I'm just going to place 1 row at the front. And I'm just going to fill in that gap there. I'm just going to do the same on the other side. So it should be mirroring each other. And then I'm just going to fill in the middle. Just there, and that'll give us our base. And the next, I'm now going to grab myself some red concrete. First up for the front, I'm just going to place 6 red concrete to begin with. And then I'm just going to place 1 on each side there. And then I'm going to leave a gap and then place another 2 red concrete just on each side there. And then I'm just going to place 4 coming out there. And then I'm just going to place 3 at the back and extending that. So it's another block high there. So you should end up with this interesting shape, just like this. And the next, I'm going to grab myself some shulker boxes. I'm going to grab some white ones and some red ones. And I'm just going to place firstly 2 red, just on each side there, followed by 2 white. And I'm moving back to the red concrete. I'm just going to place 5 rows of 3 going along just there. So you should end up with something that looks like this. And the next, for the front windscreen, I'm going to grab myself some black stained glass. And then just on this point, I'm just going to place 5 going around just there. And then for some wind mirrors, I'm going to grab myself some white stained glass panes. And I'm just going to place 1 on each side. Just there. And then I'm going to grab myself some red carpet. And I'm just going to place firstly 1 row at the front there. Followed by another 3 just there. And then I'm going to grab myself some string. I'm just going to place 1 just in the middle there. And then another 3 white carpet to finish off the front bit of the roof there. And I'm moving to the inside. Firstly, I'm just going to grab myself some birch fence gates there for some doors. Just going to place 1 of those on each side. And then for the steering wheel, I'm going to grab myself an item frame. going to place that down. And inside, I'm going to add myself a compass. Just like that. And then I'm also going to grab myself a mangrove stair. Just going to place one there for a nice seat. And next, for some front details of the van. For that, firstly, I'm just going to add a ladder in the middle there. And then I'm going to grab myself a glowing item frame. I'm going to place one of those on each side. And then I'm going to grab myself a glowstone and place them in the middle of each one for some headlights. And then finally, for a number plate, I'm going to get a birch sign and just place one of those in the middle there. And then just coming around to the back, I'm going to place another birch sign at the bottom there, followed by another 2 glowing item frames. But this time, I'm going to fill them with a block of redstone just there. But as you see, now I've added the shulkers, you can load all sorts of stuff in those. But yeah, with all the lights placed, that is the post van complete. So now moving on to decorating the interior. So first up, for the main counter area, I'm just going to grab myself some grey concrete. And then firstly, from that point, I'm going to go across 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On that block, I'm going to place one bit of grey concrete there. I'm just going to extend that up so it's 4 blocks high in total. And then I'm going to leave a gap of 4 and then place another pillar of grey concrete there. Then I'm going to leave a gap of 2 and then place another pillar on the left hand side there. And then just from this point, I'm going to place another 4 grey concrete. Then I'm going to leave a gap of 2 and then place another 4 grey concrete just at the back there. So for the main counter area, firstly, I'm just going to grab myself some more white concrete. I'm just going to place 4 just there. And the next, I'm going to grab myself some black stained glass panes. I'm just going to place 3 on each side to begin with, followed by 2 just at the top there. And then for a laptop design, I'm going to grab myself a iron pressure plate. Just going to place 1 there. I'm also going to grab myself an iron trap door and a painting. And I'm just going to place trapdoor behind the pressure plate. I'm also going to grab myself a lever to activate that. And then I'm going to shift and then place the painting just in front there. And that'll give us a laptop. And then for a chair, I'm going to grab myself a stone slab. I'm just going to place 1 just there, so just behind the laptop. I'm also going to grab myself an iron door and a white banner. So I'm just going to place the iron door there with the white banner in front. And then for some extra cabinets, I'm also going to grab myself a white shulker box. And I'm just going to place 6 of these just on the side there. And then for a shelf at the back, I'm going to add 4 stone slabs. Just going along there. And then for some parcels, I'm going to grab myself some stripped oak wood. I'm just going to place 3 of these just like that. And then for some scales to weigh parcels, I'm going to grab myself firstly a grindstone and also some light grey carpet. So firstly, to place the grindstone, I'm just going to place a temporary block up there and then just place that down. And then I'm just going to shift and add the carpet on top there. And then I'm also going to grab myself a birch sign. And then with the birch sign, I'm just going to place that in front of the scales. I'm just going to put a G there for gram, like that. And then for some extra details, I'm also going to add some letters here. And for these letters, you will need a custom head. So for that, firstly, I'm going to give myself a command block. So give your username and then Minecraft:command block. And then that'll give me a command block. And then if I head to minecraftheads.com, and then if you just type in envelope, that should bring you to this stack of envelopes head there. And depending on what Minecraft version you're on, I'm just going to copy that. And then I'm just going to place the command block down, copy that command in, and then with a button, that'll give you the envelope head. And with this, I'm just going to place 1 at the front there, and then 2 on the back shelf here. Now this is only available in Java Edition, but if you are on Bedrock, what you can do is you can give yourself an item frame. And I'm also going to grab myself some paper there. And then I'm just going to place an item frame where I put these heads. I'm just going to fill that with some paper. And then to complete this door, I'm going to grab myself some more black stained glass panes. I'm just going to place 4 on the left hand side there. And then for this main front area, I'm going to add some extra details here. So first up, I'm going to add a little rug. So with some grey carpet, firstly, just on this point, I'm going to place 1 there, on the left hand side, and then followed by another 3. And then I'm just going to extend that by another 2 rows there. So first up, for an ATM design, I'm going to grab myself a dropper, a stone button, a deep slate tile stair, black wall, and then finally a painting. So for this firstly, I'm going to add a dropper just on the bottom there with a stone button in front, and then I'm going to add some black wall on top, followed by a painting, and then finally just a deep slate tile stair just on top there. And inside that dropper, I'm also going to add some sort of money. So I'm just going to add some gold nuggets. I'm just going to put them in there. As you see, the ATM, it will give you money. And then on the other side, I'm going to add a few shelves here, where the post office are going to sell some extra stationery bits and stuff. So for that, firstly, I'm going to grab myself some more stone slabs. And then just starting from this point, I'm just going to place 3. And then leaving half a gap, placing another 3, half a gap, and then placing another 3 there. And the next, I'm going to give myself an invisible item frame. I'll put the command for this in the description. If you just paste that command in, that'll give you an item frame which is invisible. If you're in Bedrock, you can get invisible item frames using a texture pack. I'll put a link below to someone who shows you how to do that quite well. But if you can't access these, there's nothing wrong with normal item frames. So to fill these shelves up, firstly, I'm going to grab myself some paper. And I'm just going to place 3 just on the top there. And then I'm going to grab myself hook and quill. I'm just going to place 3 in the middle. And then I'm going to grab myself an arrow of harming, an arrow of healing, and also an arrow of night vision. And these are just going to represent different pens. Just there. And the next up, for some mail sacks, just here, I'm going to grab myself a red shulker box. And I'm also going to grab myself some coral. And I'm just going to place 2 red shulker boxes there with some coral on top. Now add to some of the mail sacks there. And then finally, for some final details, where it's come outside here, I'm just going to go around just to where the shutter is. I'm going to grab myself some more stripped oak wood. For some more parcels, and I'm just going to place 3 going along there, 1 coming out in the middle, and then 1 at the back. And I'm going to add another parcel sack next to that. Some more coral on top for some string there. So with those parcels added, that is the whole post office all complete. So I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you are pleased with the final result. But yeah, as always, if you did enjoy this tutorial, I'd really appreciate a little smash that like button, as it does help me out, and I'd highly appreciate that. But yeah, so until next time, thanks for watching, and have a good day.